What's up, TTC? It's Josh back here with another still a video. About that time. Uh, if you didn't see last night, Kevin Green got his jacket. Tomorrow night, he will be going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Another member of the Steelers. Uh, Hall of Fame is deep with Steelers. Of course, the Bears, and I believe, are the only team that have more Hall of Famers than us. And they've been around a whole lot longer than we have as well. But anyway, we'll have a video about that tomorrow night. But this video today, I want to talk about Antonio Brown contract situation. I know the Steelers organization is used to doing things a certain way for so many years, but this is a guy that you have to sign right now. I mean, he's the best receiver in the game. I hear they're having contract talks with David DeCastro. Why wouldn't you pay Antonio Brown the money that he deserves? He's, I think, the 25th or 26th highest paid wide receiver in the league. That's ridiculous. And he is the best receiver in football. I know a lot of people can make arguments for Julio Jones. Some even say Dez Bryant. But the difference between Antonio Brown and Josh Gordon, for some reason people want to bring him up because he had one good season. But the difference between Antonio Brown and those other three guys that I just mentioned, Antonio Brown wins. These guys put up a bunch of big numbers and fucking win 4 and 5 games. That, to me, to be a complete receiver, you have to help your team win. And those other guys do not do that. I'm not bashing on other teams. I'm just telling you how I feel. I think Antonio Brown is by far the best receiver in the game. He works harder than anybody on the Steelers. He busts his ass. Look at his numbers the last 3 years. The last 2 years, nobody's ever had numbers like that. Maybe Jerry Rice, maybe. Over the last 2 seasons. He goes out there and plays. And I don't blame him for wanting more money. From what he's done, what he brings to the field, what he brings to this team. With the Steelers, and all these people talking about the Steelers are going to win the Super Bowl this year. Let's take it one game at a fucking time first before we start predicting Super Bowl. Anything can happen. Any injury can happen. But the Steelers got to sign Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown on the field, whether or not we cannot contend for a Super Bowl. I still believe if Antonio Brown and D. Will were in the game last year, we would have been in the Super Bowl last year. I really feel that way. But anyway, Antonio Brown, the Steelers have to give him his money. It's a lot different, but like other players want money, but it's a lot different with Antonio Brown because he's just that damn good. He's a difference maker. He's just a beast. And you got to get him his money. Why are we looking for a contract extension? I mean, no disrespect to David DeCastro. He's probably our best offensive lineman. He stays healthy. But why are we talking about a contract extension for David DeCastro when AB's been hunting at it the last 2 years? I mean, goddamn, why? Why? You got to re-sign Antonio Brown. This is a guy you can't let go. I mean, the more you ignore him, if it was me, the more you ignore me, I would be bitter, and by the time my contract is up, I'd probably be looking somewhere else to play. That's just me, though. The Steelers have to go out of their... I know how they do things on a regular basis. I know how the Rooneys do contracts. Antonio Brown still has 2 years, I think, left on his contract. Fuck that. Give him an extension. Give him the money he deserves. Being paid 25th or 26th in the league is just flat out ridiculous. He don't have to be the highest paid receiver, but he needs to be one of them. And we need to get this thing done here. And then after this year, you can worry about signing David DeCastro, etc. I mean, the Steelers aren't going to be able to keep Brown, Bryant, and Wheaton. They're just not going to keep. One of them guys is gone. We'll have to see what Sammy Coates does this year. I think he can pretty much be on the same level as Martavis Bryant. And I know I get a lot of heat for that, but I do. Um, and Eli Rogers is coming around, a guy I got to see play a lot here at Louisville. He's a good receiver. Of course, we know Devontae Parker was a superstar on that team. He plays for the Dolphins now. But Eli Rogers is super fast. Can play in slot, kick, and return punts. He's another guy, along with Ayers, who I think could be good. I think this team is stacked at wide receiver, but I just feel like they have to get the extension to Antonio Brown and reward him for what he has done for this organization, because all he has done is put up numbers and win and bust his ass, work hard. He's a complete receiver, the best receiver in football. Give this dude his extension. Um, but that's about all I got to say on that. I've noticed, I don't know how this worked, but I've noticed since last season when I come back to the TTC to watch videos and shit, I've noticed that there's a lot of new Steeler video makers. I haven't caught all their names, but I get into that. But of course, like always, shout out to Mac, shout out to Jeff, Isaiah Jackson, the one and only Renegade, and all the new Steeler video makers. If I haven't got your name yet, please excuse me. I'll shout you out on the next video tomorrow night. But let's go get it. I'm ready for football, ready for the Hall of Fame, ready for preseason, and ready for the Redskins game on Monday Night Football. Uh, but I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. They got to give that extension AB. He deserves it. But I'm out, and y'all take care of each other. Go Steelers, Steelers for life. Peace.